All right, guys, we're gonna keep this relatively short and sweet because we already took our pre and took all our stuff. We're feeling a little jittery, and it is a big day, which is what you're about to see. But first, we were in our super secret shiny facility that I can't let you guys know yet. But I just want to thank my friend Waylon for having us out here for the past 4 or 5 weeks, because this is the biggest godsend in the world, going from a gym and all of these environments where normally I would fly home, because I need that consistency with rest periods and things like that, and maybe a more consistent environment, which just around that 9-10 weeks out mark is where I was like, geez, this is kind of starting to become a hindrance to training. And my friend Waylon came in. I was like, hey, I want you to train in this facility, which is totally private. I can't tell you guys where. Unfortunately, you can't access it, but that will change soon enough. But as you can see, it is a godsend and a beautiful place. The main things that we're worried about today is going to be our foot pressure, because we started throwing shoes on again, because for some stupid reason in powerlifting, it's hygiene. It's not that stupid, but you need to wear shoes, which massively messes up my foot pressure, right? If I were to explain this without getting too nerdy, if I just have my foot on the floor, right, I have a really heavy foot, even if I'm biasing a ton of lateral pressure, right, it's almost just forcing my big toe down, so I have that big, heavy foot. As soon as you put a surface between my foot and the floor, now my foot's sliding around, right? So my foot is sliding into the side of the shoe and it's picking my big toe up, which is not good, right? Because we need to stay in those quads. So we have these weird Spider-Man finger shoes or whatever. Brianni and Joe told me to get them forever, and I've been trying them for the last few weeks, but they're kind of proving to be a little bit annoying. We're gonna give them a shot today and kind of tape this big toe up so that we're not sliding around. But if this becomes a little bit too much of a hindrance, we will be in the Vivos, which is sweet. We had, I'm gonna send Paul these clips here, but we had a big 630 squat double and then supposed to be a 402 double on bench, on the worst recovery we've had in forever, like an hour and a half of sleep. It was horrible. And since then, we've really just trying to since Monday, kind of just dig ourselves out of this massive recovery hole we're in. And we're feeling pretty good. So we're gonna get loosened up here. Yeah, I'll see you guys on the platform. This is going to be our attempt at a deterrent to these big toes going where we don't want them to. Wow. That's not gonna work at all.
It might.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see. Give it a go. Alright. I can't overly warm up. I can't overly warm up. Let's get back to the basic memories and I think it goes out of me fucking a house. Only reason is my enemy beat me the boat. Put the bulletproof back on the road. The urge to go from 6 to 7 reps, it felt great, but I'm not doing it. I don't know why it feels so irresponsible.
Yeah, were you supposed to?
I had that double deload, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't know it was gonna happen. And I told Ron, I was like, yo, I already deadlifted, like earlier in the day, and then benched. And Ron was like, we have to run this week back. I was like, why? So it's because we have an odd number of weeks. He's like, so we can either do it now or before singles. And I was like, definitely now. And then I was like, so what you're saying is I'm about to deload again, right? And he's like, yeah. I was like, so if I had some fun tonight, and he thought I was kidding because I was done with my training, you know what I mean?
Right.
He's like, yeah, go for it. Just don't do anything too stupid. So rarely do I have the opportunity to just go have fun, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go have fun. When 2 reps, 4 reps, 5 reps, 6 reps, 7 reps, and then 400 keys, and almost passed out. I mean, I did pass out. I did pass out. It was like 2 inches from log.
Did
and
you
Ron was
record
like,
it?
bro, you did that after your work today? Earlier in the day, I had a 5-minute set of rows, which just naturally just fries. He's like, yo, you might have more than I thought, but that's the only time I've gone 6 to 7 reps. Good stuff,
Yeah,
man.
feeling good.
That's what we like to call
Oh yeah.
optimal tightness. There's something with Paul where I get this optimal belt tightness.
Yeah.
I don't feel it all block. Deal
While I'm recording.
Full time. It's a little too loose, a little too tight.
Yeah.
Paul comes, it's like, yeah.
Come on, Johnny. Come on. Come on. Come on. Get up. Go. Go.
That's all right. That's all right. I don't need it. I don't need it. The first one fell through.
You gotta go going those.
Oh, no. That's like $1 billion a day for Ron. Yeah, an international call from Trinidad. He's like, don't.
Oh, he's in
never-
Trinidad?
Yeah, he lives in Trinidad.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, what the?
Yeah. Ron lives in Trinidad.
Damn.
Yeah. So I just took the 830. I missed the second. It didn't feel like a bad day. Didn't feel like a good day. But the first one, you'll just see. I'll send it over. Kevin took the video. It just moved a little slower than last 805 did, and I'm probably just gonna have to attribute that to like actually taking a big squat at the beginning of the week. Versus the 590 last time. The day that I took the 805 for 3, the first reps, even 705, 760, all the way up, was just way snappier, way easier. But it's done. All right, guys, so we just finished top set, missed second rep. We'll talk about all of this afterwards, but I don't want to get cold. We're gonna get to these back downs and then the actual hard stuff, which is the accessories today, which have been awesome and are going to be a big reason why this is going to go so well over the next 5 to 6 weeks. So let's get into the back downs and we'll talk about everything after. I get so worked up about these days. I get so nervous before that, and then as soon as I miss it, I'm so
Then
lax,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
just real loose, and it's
That
just
makes
like,
sense.
oh, don't bug out. I really think I can do that ball. But this tape is the move. Yeah. Not even a question. Tape is awesome. I really can. This is the right wedge point though. You see? I'll give it a go. I'll know in 2 seconds. Literally, the second I wedge into this, if it doesn't go, I'll know and I just won't try. And that'll be fine. Forego 2 back downs and and that'll be it. Give it a Come on! Come on! Get it up! Come on!
Come on, man.
Come on!
Come on.
Get up!
Get up!
Get up! That's why I do it, Paul. That's why I do it, Paul. That's why I do it. I'm telling you, I know myself. I can't let anybody tell me what to do. I really need to do that stuff myself. Thanks for encouraging me, Paul. Thanks. But you see, I do think that 100-pound jump is the way to go.
I mean, it worked.
Yeah. You know what Ron said?
What do you say?
Ron said, LOL, yes, I think you're just the type of person that needs to actually complete the lift for confidence purposes. I was blown away when you said you aren't going to retake. So, and he's not wrong. I do need to complete the lift for confidence purposes. Hips are fine, bro. See, we started this phase with the snatch grip, 45 degree, right? So just super wide. Still limits range of motion, but I haven't done it in so long. I've been doing those Zerchers on the GHD.
I know what you're talking about.
For so long. And we went snatch grip on here and I was like, oh my God, like, Ron thinks I'd have to end the phase at like 405 or 455 for 6. And I was like, dude, that's gonna add so much fatigue for no reason.
Yeah.
So he's like, think about a way. He's like, you do that all the time. Think about a way that makes it harder. And I was like, okay, let me think. And I was like, what if I just put it in my elbows? And then,
oh yeah, and then you
that's
started
it.
doing this, yeah.
But no, this on the 45 degree versus the GHD.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a whole different game. Like this set will take me out. By far the hardest part of any day.
3, 2, 1. That's not fun. Not in any way. Any universe.
All right, guys, what a session. So, I, again, don't want to make this too long, but events of the day, right? We worked up and we're kind of realizing that consistently we work ourselves up so much for these week 4s and these big goals that we have that we're almost too nervous and we're like all jittery and super tight. And the number one thing that I tell people when to pull is just to chill out. So we worked up, even though we were fatigued, just wasn't feeling the best, doesn't really matter. We worked up to that 830-ish. First one felt meh. Second one, I honestly thought would click and feel better because whatever I messed up on the first, usually my body's just like, oh, you're a little off and come in here, but I screwed it up. I rushed the wedge. And I was like, you know what? Normally when you see me retake stuff, it's because it feels really light on that rep 1. And I'm like, oh, that was totally technical. But even today, everything felt heavy because of those squats. And I felt like I probably should be responsible and go back down. And then I went to that 595 for that set of 3 where I almost fell over, which Paul will throw in there. And I felt it. I was like, oh, I'm biasing my heel. I'm rushing this wedge way too much and I'm too tight, right? You want to be thinking tight, tight, tight brace, but I don't need to be thinking tight back, tight everything, just really, you know, it's horrible. So I just loosened up, stopped sweating, which had nothing to do with the exercise, just the nerves working up to it. And I was like, you know what, Paul?
It's crazy.
Paul knows what's crazy.
What did
I was like, I'm gonna go up 705 and then jump straight back to the 830 and let's see what happens if I just relax, right? Where as you can see, based on the way the first rep moved and the second rep moved, like not even kind of a strong day for me, but just relaxing and executing I was able to pull that off, which tells me that I should have been able to do it probably really easily, or at least pretty easily, on that first rep. Unfortunately, we don't get to retake our thirds in powerlifting, and your execution matters just as much as being strong enough to be able to do it in the first place. So honestly, running 2 blocks back to back where I've had to retake these top sets is a little bit nerve-wracking, but it makes sense with the way that we kind of have treated these off seasons, which is a ton of volume, which is great, but it's not exactly uber specific to that first rep. So moving into these singles now, execution and the fact that we need all of these pulls to be right on the first try is really our only focus. It's our main focus and it's our only focus. We know after the injury and all that stuff, volume is what I needed. I needed my body to adapt. I needed it to be athletic and springy and quick, and that's great. We got that, and we built all this general strength, but it doesn't matter if I can't apply it in that correct groove in this highly leveraged sumo position I'm in. But the fact that we had a PR double on squat this week, 630 for a double-ish, which my ratio from squat doubles or any volume, because of how bad I am at squatting, my ratio doubles to singles is a big deal for me. I hit 606 for a double only when I squatted that 300 kilo, and that's with a cut and stuff. So a 630 double should mean very good things for being on target with squat. Bench, we missed that 402 at the beginning of the week, but nothing that we're really worried about. It's only probably about last week that bench started feeling like I was getting that pop and really kicking in again. Now that we're titrating these calories up, starting 8 weeks out, we're adding 50 grams of carbs every 4 or 5 days, which we stayed really low so that we didn't get fat and unathletic. But starting 8 weeks out, starting to titrate these calories up and really build these carbs, we're feeling full again. So nothing that I think we're gonna be too worried about going into these block of singles. And then on deadlift, that is going to be the goal, where we have never, not even a doubt in my mind, been half as strong as we are on deadlifts. We took last block 805 for a total of 5 reps on the day. Today we took 830 for a total of 3 reps on the day. Both are like above 100% of my comp max. And there was a little sneaky day in there where we almost literally pulled what I'm going to pull at this meet. So honestly, the goal is just execution. It's time to deload and really recover, because we're gonna lock in. Me and Paul are gonna work this out, but I'll see. We're gonna get as many episodes as we can here in these last 4 or 5 weeks pushing into stuff. I'm excited, guys. We're here to do what we haven't been able to do.